Hello there guys, it's me Boardman and welcome back to my channel, my friends, and thank you for joining me on this new video and thank you so much for such amazing support. So, first of all, I'll go do another read out for you guys. I'll go and start reading a new book. I'll go show it to you in a moment. So, if you're quite familiar with those classic American story called Wizard of Oz by L Frank Baum. So, let me show you I've got. This is called Wizard of Oz. It was written by L Frank Baum. It was published by Penguin Readers. It's just easy reading for you to understand. But this story is going to be about Dorothy and her dog, who was carried by the tornado and landed at the land of Oz. They met a lion and Scarecrow and Tin Man. So, would you care to join me, boys and ladies and gentlemen? Excellent. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Dorothy lived in the middle of Kansas purely with her Uncle Henry and Aunt Em. Uncle Henry was a farmer, and Aunt Em was his wife. Their house was small, with one room, and the prairie was flat and grey, with no trees or other houses. Aunt Em was very thin and grey, and she never smiled. Uncle Henry was also grey. He worked very hard and did not often speak. But Dorothy's dog Toto made her happy. He had long black hair and bright eyes, and Dorothy played with him all day. Today, Uncle Henry looked up at the dark grey sky. Dorothy and Toto stood inside the door, and they looked up at the sky too. They would listen to the strong wind. A tornado was coming, Em. Uncle Henry shouted to Aunt Em. I'll help the animals. Then he ran out on to the prairie. Aunt Em came to the door and she saw the tornado. Run, Dorothy, she shouted. Go into the tornado hole. Aunt Em opened up the small door in the floor to the tornado hole, and she went down under the house. Dorothy started to follow her, but the wind came harder. Dorothy fell down next to Toto. Then a strange thing happened. The house flew slowly into the sky until it was at the top of the tornado. The tornado carried the house for many miles. It was very dark inside the tornado, and the wind was loud. Dorothy waited, but the house did not go down. After many hours, she lay down in her bed with Toto, and she began to sleep. Later, Dorothy and Toto woke up, and it was very bright outside. Dorothy walked to the door, and she opened it. The house was in the middle of a beautiful country now. There was a green grass and there were flowers in many colours. Dorothy saw a group of small people near the house. There were 3 men and 1 woman, and they all wore strange clothes and hats. The men looked frightened, but the woman smiled. This is a country of munchkins, she said sweetly. Thank you for killing the wicked witch of the East. She ruled here for many years. I didn't kill her. I didn't kill anyone, said Dorothy. Your house killed her. The woman told her, look. Dorothy looked and she was frightened. She could see 2 feet in silver shoes under the corner of her house. The house fell on her, said Dorothy. This is bad. No, it isn't, said the woman. You did a very good thing for the Munchkins because she wasn't a kind ruler. Are you a Munchkin? Dorothy asked. No, answered the woman. I am the good witch of the north. There are 4 witches here in Oz, and only 2 of us are good. I'd like to go home to my aunt and uncle now, said Dorothy. Can you help me to find Kansas? I don't know that place, and leaving Oz is very difficult, said the witch. I'm sorry, but you'll have to live here now. Dorothy began to cry. Don't cry, sweet child, said the witch. Go to the Emerald City. The Wizard of Oz lives there, and maybe he can help you. Where is the Emerald City? asked Dorothy. Follow your other big road, said the witch. Can you come with me? asked Dorothy. No, I can't. But I can give you my kisses, said the witch. It will protect you, and would like to give you a bad witch's special silver shoes. Then the good witch kissed Dorothy's head. Goodbye, she said. Dorothy got ready for her journey to Emerald City. She put on a pretty blue and white dress and a hat. She found a basket, and she put bread onto it. Then she looked down at her shoes. I can wear these old shoes for a long journey, Toto, she said. Dorothy saw a wicked witch's silver shoes on her kitchen table. She put them on her feet. They were not too big, and they were not too small. Then Dorothy took her basket, and she and Toto went outside. There were many roads, but she quickly found the only yellow brick road. She and Toto started following it. The sun was bright, and the birds sang sweetly. They went past some houses, and Dorothy saw many fields of vegetables. In the evening, they stopped at the Munchkin house. Dorothy ate with the kind Munchkins. Then she slept in her own room on a pretty bed. The next day, Dorothy and Toto walked again. After many miles, they rested near the Scarecrow in a field. Dorothy looked at the Scarecrow, and it smiled at her. This is very strange, thought Dorothy. She walked quickly to the Scarecrow. Hello, said the Scarecrow quietly. Did you speak? asked Dorothy. Yes, answered the Scarecrow. How are you? I'm well, said Dorothy. How are you? I'm not well, said the Scarecrow. I don't like being here all night and day. Can you move? asked Dorothy. No, I can't. I am on the pole. But I had like to be on the ground. Can you help me? The Scarecrow asked. Dorothy took the Scarecrow in her arms, and she put him on the ground. Thank you very much, said the Scarecrow. Who are you, and where are you going? My name is Dorothy, said the girl. We are going to the Emerald City. We want to ask the Wizard of Oz to help us. Where is the Emerald City? And who is the Wizard of Oz? asked the Scarecrow. You don't know Wizard of Oz, said Dorothy. I don't know anything because I have no brain, said the Scarecrow sadly. Can Oz give me a brain? I don't know, answered Dorothy. But can you come with us? And you can ask him. Thank you, said Scarecrow happily. They began walking on a yellow brick road together. In the middle of the day, they sat down by the small river. Dorothy took some bread from her basket. Would you like some bread? She asked the Scarecrow. No, thank you. I'm never hungry, the Scarecrow answered. Dorothy ate, and she talked about the grey cancers and the tornado. The Scarecrow listened, and then he said, "I can't understand it. Why do you want to leave this beautiful country?" "You don't understand because you have no brain," said Dorothy kindly. "Home is the best place in the world. Let's go." The road was difficult to walk on now, and there were no more fields in the evening. They came to the dark forest. "Where can we sleep?" Dorothy asks. "It's very late now." The Scarecrow stopped. "I can see the little house," he said. "Let's go in there." "Yes, I'm very tired," said Dorothy. They walked into the house and they went inside. Dorothy laid down with Toto, and she slept. The Scarecrow did not sleep because he was never tired. He stood in the corner and waited for the morning. Dorothy woke up, and it was a beautiful sunny morning. She left the little house with Toto and the Scarecrow, and they walked through the trees. Then Dorothy heard a strange noise behind her. "What's that noise?" she asked quite quickly. "I don't know," answered the Scarecrow. They turned, and they saw something behind the trees. Dorothy ran behind them, and she found a Tin Wood Man. He held an axe above his head, and he did not move. Did you make the noise?" Dorothy asked. "Yes," answered the Tin Woodman. "Please help me." "How can I help you?" Dorothy asked him kindly. Get some oil and put it on my tin body. Then I'll able to move again," he said. "You can find a bottle of oil in my house." Dorothy ran back to the little house, and she found a bottle. Then she put oil on the Tin Woodman's head and body until he could move again. "Thank you for helping me," he said happily. Why are you in this forest?" "We are walking to the Emerald City." "Would like to see the Wizard of Oz?" Dorothy told him. "Why do you want to see Oz?" asked the Tin Woodman. "I want to go to my home in Kansas, and Scarecrow wants the brain," answered Dorothy. Maybe Oz could give me a heart," said a Tin Woodman. "Can I come to the Emerald City and ask him?" "Yes, come with us," said the Scarecrow and Dorothy happily. The Tin Woodman got his axe, and Dorothy put a bottle of oil in her basket. Then they walked through the forest, and the Tin Woodman told Dorothy and Scarecrow his story. "For many years, I was a normal person with a heart," said the Tin Woodman. "I cut down trees in the forest for my job. I loved the Munchkin girl, but her mother didn't want us to marry one day. Her mother talked to the Wicked Witch of the East about me. He mustn't marry my daughter," she told the witch. "The Wicked Witch used her magic on my axe, and the axe cut my arm, my legs, and my body. I got a new tin body, but I didn't have a heart. Then I couldn't love the Munchkin girl anymore. I want a heart because I'd like to love her again." Dorothy, Toto, and their new friends followed the yellow brick road through the forest. They could hear many strange noises from animals. Dorothy was frightened, and Toto walked very close to her. Then they heard a a very strange loud noise, and a big lion ran into the road. The lion hit the Scarecrow and the Tin Woodman. Then the lion opened its mouth and it tried to eat Toto. Dorothy quickly hit the lion on the nose. "Don't hit Toto," she shouted. "He's only a little dog, and you're a big lion. You're a coward." "I know," said the lion sadly. "I am a coward." "But lions are strangest animals in the forest," said the Scarecrow. "I know, but I'm a coward," said the lion, and he started to cry. "I'm frightened of people and other animals. It makes me cry, makes me feel very sad. What can I do?" "You come to Animal City with us," answered the Scarecrow. "I'd like a Wizard of Oz to give me a brain. The Tin Woodman would like a heart, and Dorothy would like to go to Kansas." "Could Wizard of Oz give me courage?" asked the lion. "We can ask him," said the Scarecrow. I would to go with you," said the lion. "Please come," said Dorothy. "You can protect us on our journey. The other animals will run away from us because they are frightened of you." The 5 new friends walked through the forest all day, and they slept under the big tree that night. They made a fire, and Dorothy and Toto finished the bread. "What will we eat now?" Dorothy asked. The kind Scarecrow found some fruit trees, and he put lots of apples and oranges in Dorothy's basket for the journey. The next day, the friends started walking again, and in the afternoon they came to the big river. They could see the yellow brick road and beautiful fruit trees and flowers on the other side of the water. "How can we cross the river?" asked Dorothy. "I know," said the Scarecrow. "The Tin Woodman can build a boat for us." The Tin Woodman cut down some small trees with his axe. He worked hard for many hours, and he got very late. The friends found a nice place under the tree, and they slept well. The next morning, everyone started to cross the river in the boat, but the fast water began to carry a boat down the river. "This is bad," said the Tin Woodman. "We are moving away from a yellow brick road." Then the lion said, "We'll swim across the river, and I'll put a boat behind me." He went into the water and he began to pull the boat, but it was difficult because the river was very fast. After a long time, the lion pulled the boat into the other side of the river. He was very tired, and now a yellow brick road was miles away. "We found a river bank back to the yellow brick road," said the lion. They started walking, and they came to the big field of red flowers, but they were not normal flowers. People came close to the flowers, and they slept. They never woke up. But Dorothy didn't know this. She walked through the flowers, and her eyes started to close. She lay down in the flower field. Then she started to sleep. "What can we do?" asked the Tin Woodman. "We must carry Dorothy out of this field," said the lion. "These flowers are killing us. I'm very tired, and Toto is sleeping now too." It was true. Toto slept by Dorothy in the field. "Run fast," the Scarecrow told the lion. "The Tin Woodman and I are safe because the flowers can't make us tired." "But can't but you can't stay here for another minute. We'll bring Dorothy and Toto with us. The lion ran quickly away, and the Tin Woodman and the Scarecrow began to carry Dorothy and Toto slowly out of the field. They found a lion in a pretty place by a river. Then they waited until Dorothy and Toto woke up. Dorothy slept for a long time. Then she slowly opened her eyes, and the Scarecrow told her about the red flowers. "We must find the Emerald City," said Dorothy. The 5 friends were happy to start their journey again, and very quickly found a yellow brick road. It was flat and easy to walk on now, and they started to see houses and people. The people all wore green clothes and hats. The friends found a big house, and they slept there that night. The next morning they started to walk in again, and they saw a big green city miles away. "Look, it's the Emerald City," said Dorothy. They walked to the city, and they began to the end of a yellow brick road. There was a big green wall and a tall gate in the front of them. The gate opened slowly, and the 5 friends walked through it into a beautiful green room. A small green man met them there. "Why are you in the Emerald City?" asked the green man. "We'd like to see the Wizard of Oz," said Dorothy. The green man looked strangely at the friends. "People don't usually visit the Wizard of Oz. He's very important." "But we must speak to him," said the Scarecrow. "Is he a good wizard?" "Yes, he is. And he rules this city well. He doesn't like stupid questions. And he can get very angry," said the green man. "But I'll take you to his palace." The green man opened another gate, and the 5 friends followed him through the green streets of the Emerald City. At the Palace of Oz, the green man took them into a big green room of chairs. "Please sit down," he said. "I'll talk to the wizard about you." They had to wait for a long time. Then the green man came back. "Oz will see you now," he said. He opened the door, and Dorothy and her friends walked into the wonderful room. It was big and bright, and he had a beautiful chair in the middle. There was a very big head on the chair, and it did not have a body under it. The eyes of her head looked at everyone slowly. "I'm Wizard of Oz," said the head. "Who are you?" "I'm Dorothy," said the girl, "and these are my friends. We'd like you to help us." "Where did you get your silver shoes?" asked the head. "I got them from a wicked witch of the East. My house fell on her and it killed her," answered Dorothy. "What did you want from me?" asked the Wizard of Oz. "I'd like to go back to Kansas," said Dorothy. "And I'd like a brain," said the Scarecrow. "I'd like the heart," said the Tin Woodman. I'd like the courage," said the lion. "You must all help me first," the wizard said. "You must kill the wicked witch of the West." "I can't kill anyone," Dorothy said, and she started to cry. "You killed the wicked witch of the East," said the wizard. "Now you must kill the other wicked witch. Help me, then I'll help you." The 5 friends left the room. "What will we do now?" asked Dorothy sadly. "You must kill the wicked witch of the west, said the lion. I will look for her, said Dorothy, but I can't kill her. We'll go with you, said the Scarecrow, the Tin Woodman, and the lion. The 5 friends waited in the palace until morning. Then they started walking to the west. There were no roads or farms or houses, and the ground was difficult to walk on. The wicked witch looked out of her palace, and she saw Dorothy and her friends miles away. They could not see her. The wicked witch was angry to see them in the west. She took a special magic hat from her cupboard, and she put it on her head. Then she said slowly, Fight me, monkeys. There was a noise, and the sky got dark. Then many flying monkeys flew to the witch's palace. What can we do for you? The monkeys asked. Kill that girl and her friends. The wicked witch said, but don't kill the lion, because I like him to work for me. The monkeys flew to Dorothy and her friends. Some of the monkeys took a Tin Woodman. They carried him into the sky. Then he fell to the ground. He lay there and could not move. The other monkeys caught the Scarecrow. They pulled his arms and legs and head from his body, and they put them in the tree. Then they went to Dorothy and Toto, but the monkeys did not harm them. She has a good witch's kiss on her head, said one of the monkeys. It protects her and the dog in her arms. We can only carry her to the wicked witch. The monkeys flew to the witch's palace with Dorothy and Toto and the lion. One monkey spoke to the wicked witch. We killed the Tin Woodman and the Scarecrow and the lion. It's in your garden, he said. But we can't hurt this girl or a dog. Goodbye. Then the monkeys flew away from the palace. The witch did not understand until she saw a kiss on Dorothy's head. Then she saw Dorothy's silver shoes. They are magic shoes, the witch thought, but the girl doesn't know what about their magic, and she is very frightened of me. She laughed and she said to Dorothy, come with me. You must work for me. I will kill you. Dorothy followed the witch to the kitchen, cleaned the plates and washed the floor, for which the witch said Dorothy had to work every day. She was very sad and sometimes cried for hours. The witch often said, I'll hit you, but she could not hurt Dorothy because of her good friend witch's kiss. The wicked witch wanted Dorothy's silver shoes, but Dorothy always wore them. One day, Dorothy fell on the floor, and the witch quickly took one of her shoes. Give me my shoe, shouted Dorothy. No, laughed the witch. It's my shoe. This made Dorothy angry. There was a bath of water near her, and she kicked at the witch. Now the witch was very wet and frightened. No, shouted the witch. I can't get wet. Water kills me. I'm very sorry, said Dorothy sadly. I didn't know. I'm going to die, said the witch, and she fell on the floor. She got smaller and smaller until Dorothy could only see some water and one silver shoe. Dorothy ran to the garden and she found a lion. He was very happy to learn about the witch. Let's found a Tin Woodman and a Scarecrow, said the lion. They found a Tin Woodman first. Dorothy took a bottle of oil from her basket, and she put oil on his body. Then she could move again. Thank you, said the Tin Woodman. Then they looked for the Scarecrow for 2 days, until they found his head body and arms and legs in the tall tree. I will cut down the tree, said the Tin Woodman. He used his axe, and the tree fell. Dorothy took the parts and made a scarecrow again. He looked good as new scarecrow. Thank you for helping me, said Scarecrow many times. The friends stayed in the Wicked Witch's palace for 3 days, but Dorothy started to think about Aunt Em again. We must go back to Wizard of Oz tomorrow, she told her friends. The next morning, Dorothy looked in the witch's cupboard for the food for a journey. She saw the witch's special hat in there, and she put it on her head. She didn't know about its magic, but it looked good. Everyone started walking, but it was very difficult because there was no road. The friends walked for many days, but they could not find the Emerald City. They were very tired, and they began to think, we never see Oz again. One day, Dorothy sat in the grass, and she looked at her friends. How will we find Emerald City? She said. It's miles away, said a little grey mouse in the grass. The mouse looked up at Dorothy's hat. But you have magic hat. It can bring flying monkeys here, and they will carry you to Emerald City. Will the monkeys hurt us? Said Dorothy. No, they must help you because you're wearing a hat, said the mouse. You're their ruler now. Say the words inside the hat, and they will come. Goodbye. The mouse ran into the grass. Dorothy looked inside the hat, and she read the words, Fly to me, monkeys. Then Dorothy and her friends heard the loud noises, and lots of monkeys flew to them. What can we do for you? One monkey asked Dorothy. We'd like to go to Emerald City, said the girl. We'll carry you, the monkey answered. 2 monkeys took Dorothy in their arms, and they flew her quickly to Emerald City. The other monkeys took the Scarecrow, the Tin Woodman, and the lion. Then one little monkey got Toto, and it flew after them. At the Wizard of Oz's palace, Dorothy and her friends said, We'd like to see Oz, but he did not want to see them. They waited at the palace for many days, and they started to get angry. Then Wizard of Oz sent a message, Come at 9 a.m. tomorrow. The next morning, the 5 friends looked into the Wizard's big room, but no one was there. Then Wizard of Oz spoke loudly. Why do you want to see me? He asked. They looked in the very part of the room, but they could not see the wizard. Where are you? Asked Dorothy. I'm everywhere, said Oz. We killed the Wicked Witch of the West, and now we'd like to help us, said Dorothy. How did you kill her? Asked Oz. I put the water on her and it killed her, Dorothy answered. Well, come back here tomorrow. I'd like some time to think about this, said Oz. We won't wait any more, said Tin Woodman angrily. The lion made a very loud noise because he was angry too. The noise made Toto frightened, and he ran behind the screen. But the screen moved, and it fell on the floor. A little old man stood behind it. The Tin Woodman held up his axe, and he ran to an old man. Who are you? He shouted. I'm the Wizard of Oz, said the old man. Please don't hurt me. But Oz was a big head, said Dorothy. No, you're wrong, said the small man. I made that big head with paper. I'm not a real wizard. I'm the only normal man from Omaha. Omaha is near Kansas. Does anyone in the Animal City know about this? Asked Dorothy. No one knows, answered Oz. Please don't tell anyone. I traveled here in a big balloon, and the people here thought that man is flying the magic balloon. He's a wizard. He can be a ruler. I enjoy ruling this country, and the people here liked me. But I always stay in my palace because I am frightened of the wicked witches. You're a bad man, said Dorothy. I'm not a bad man, but I'm a very bad wizard, said Oz. I must have a brain. Can you give me one? Asked the Scarecrow. You don't need a brain. You are learning something every day, and you'll be very intelligent, said the old man. Maybe you're right, but I'd like you to give me a brain, said the Scarecrow. And I'd like you to give me a courage, said the Lion. You have courage, answered Oz. Everyone is frightened sometimes. But I'm always frightened, said the Lion. How about my heart? Asked the Tin Woodman. Why do you want a heart? Said Oz. Hearts often make people sad. Hearts can make people very happy too, said the Tin Woodman. I don't have any magic, Oz told them, but come to me tomorrow morning. I'll help you. I'll try to help Dorothy too. The next morning, the Scarecrow went to Oz's big room, and a small man put a grass brain inside his head. Now, you'll be very intelligent, Oz said. Thank you, the Scarecrow said warmly. Then the Tin Woodman arrived at Oz's room. Oz cut a hole in the Tin Woodman's body, and he put a paper heart inside. Is it a kind heart? The Tin Woodman asked. Yes, it's a very kind heart, answered Oz. Thank you, said the Tin Woodman. Next, the Lion walked into Oz's room. I'd like to have courage now, please, he said. Oz gave a green bottle to the Lion. Drink this, he said. It gives you courage. The Lion drank it quickly. Are you frightened now? Asked Oz. No, I'm not, answered the Lion happily. The Lion left the room, and the old man smiled. I didn't give the Scarecrow a real brain. I didn't give the Tin Woodman a real heart, and there is no courage in the Lion's drink, he thought. But they are very happy anyway. But Oz cannot help Dorothy. How can I go home to Kansas? Dorothy asked her friend sadly. Let's visit a good witch of itself, said the Scarecrow. Maybe she can help us. Yes, said Dorothy. I must find her. We'll go with you, said the Lion, the Tin Woodman, and the Scarecrow. Dorothy smiled at her friends. Let's start walking in the morning. Then a Tin Woodman remembered something. You have a magic hat. The monkeys can carry us to her palace, he said. You're right, said Dorothy. She put on the hat and she said, Fight me, monkeys. Many monkeys arrived and one asked, What can we do for you? We'd like to visit a good witch of herself, Dorothy asked. The monkeys took the 5 friends in her arms and flew into the sky. They arrived, travelled over the forests and rivers, and they saw her good witch's beautiful palace. The monkeys flew down to his gates. "Goodbye and thank you," Dorothy said. They met a girl in a red dress at the gate, and they followed her into the palace. They saw a good witch on a beautiful red chair. She wore a white dress, and she was pretty with long dark hair and kind brown eyes. "What can I do for you, sweet child?" she asked. Dorothy told the witch about the tornado, her new friends, and they joined together. "I'd like to go home to Kansas," Dorothy said. The good witch smiled at Dorothy. "Your silver shoes carry you to anywhere in the world," she said. "They are magic. You must hit the shoes together and tell them to carry you home." "I'll do it now," said Dorothy happily. Dorothy kissed the lion, and the Tin Woodman and Scarecrow fell quite together because they had to say goodbye. Then Dorothy took Toto in her arms. She hit the silver shoes together and she said, "Take me home." She flew into the sky quickly. Then she stopped. She was on the ground again, but now she was back in Kansas. "Really? My child, you're home," Aunt Em shouted. She took Dorothy in her arms and she kissed her. "I'm so happy to be home again," said Dorothy. This is the end of the story of The Wizard of Oz. So, I hope you all guys enjoyed a story about The Wizard of Oz when Dorothy went to Animal City with her friends, the Lion, Tin Man and the Scarecrow, to visit the Wizard of Oz, and in a way to defeat the Wicked Witch of the West. I think it seems a quite interesting story for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I really appreciate you guys. If you want to write comments below to make suggestions about the upcoming videos, just let me know if I like to do that. Okay guys, so thank you so much for watching a story about the Wizard of Oz. Okay, so remember, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notification. Don't miss out the future contents. It's really important. You can there are social media links just below the video description. You can follow me on social media and exclusive content. I really appreciate you guys. Okay guys, so thank you so much for watching. I hope you see you soon.